Welcome to this week's Elite Advisor Report. And we're going to talk about, for most financial advisors, one of their favorite subjects, getting more ideal, right fit affluent clients right now. We see over and over again that so many advisors struggle with getting a steady stream of pre-qualified, pre-endorsed affluent clients. And in this short video, we're going to show you how to do it. I'm John Bowen, CEO and founder of CED Worldwide. And let me share with you the key takeaways that you're going to get in this video, this week's episode, if you will. Very first is I'm going to show you how you can identify the top 20% of your clients and have them get and introduce you to clients exactly like them. We used to call this a cloning process. Now we call it a replication because cloning wasn't politically correct. But imagine that 20% introducing you to the exact same clients. This is where you can grow tremendously. And one of the things that's going to be really surprising to you is that the methodology I'm going to share with you is that your top clients are going to be more than happy to help you in these client replication efforts. And what is critical, though, is to keep them in the loop, as you make progress, because they're partially and sometimes totally responsible for you doing exceptionally well. And I got to tell you, this is a sleeper strategy or tactic that almost no advisors do that can make a huge impact in your organic growth as you race up the hierarchy of advisor success. Let's get started. So let's talk about the Pareto Principle, because that's what this tactic is all about. It tells us that 20% of our effort, your effort, generally yields 80% of the results. So the top clients make a huge, huge difference. And so the goal for you is to allow your top clients to help you replicate that. Imagine, if you did an exact replication of the 20%, then you would have 80% more results. That's what Pareto is, and oftentimes we find it's a lot more. Matter of fact, what we see over and over again is there's 7 steps, and I'm going to walk you through to replicate your top client base. So let's go through them one at a time. The very first is to identify your top 10 clients. This is not something you do with everyone. It takes a fair amount of time, and with your most satisfied large clients, it's going to go ahead and be extremely worthwhile. Now, you want to do this after you've got your world-class client experience. You're doing a great job for them. They really appreciate you. This is very much a marketing research exercise. So we're going to go to our top 10 clients, identify them, and these are the people you want to replicate, and you're going to give them a call. And it's not that hard. You go ahead and give, let's say it's Joe, your top client. You go, Joe, I need your help. We're refining our business model, and you're one of my top clients, and I really respect your opinion. And I'd like to arrange a time to get together to ask you a series of questions that will help us serve you and our future clients even better. I got to tell you that I don't know that I've ever had anyone say no to this. Now, it doesn't mean everybody's going to say yes, but I don't think any of our coaching clients have ever had anyone say no. Sometimes they're real busy and say, can we do it a little bit later? But they're one of your top clients. They really are their foremost powerful words in the English language. I need your help. You told them you respect them and their opinion. Okay. Third is to choose a good restaurant. Now, as I'm doing this video, we're in the middle of the pandemic. Some places are closed down. Some places, I'm in Silicon Valley. You wouldn't do that here. My brother is in Florida. There you may. So it's going to be different at different times. This can be done over Zoom, or when you get back, when we get back to the new world. It's not going to be, going back to what was normal, the new world. This is a great way of getting together with your top clients. Take them to a nice business restaurant where you can have a great discussion. If it's not timely right now, do it over Zoom. They'll appreciate it because it's a lot easier to do too. And then you conduct a replication interview. Now, what is a replication interview? You're going to go ahead and create some interview questions. And you're going to start really at the high level. You want to just, check in on the relationship, how you're doing, okay, type thing. And, it's all about, you want to make sure they're satisfied with you. So I'm just looking, I would ask them, about their goals, their, the business, and really just kind of high level that you're on track. They feel they're on track because you're their advisor. And if for any reason they're not satisfied with you, you deal with that, and the replication interview is over. And then you're gonna see, this is the type, if they're a top client, presumably this is somebody you want to be a hero to, and you want to understand, what are the community of like-minded clients hanging out? Are they in associations? Are they, at a business? Are they at a mastermind, a CEO group? You're looking to see what organizations do they belong to. And then one of the things I always like to do is get clarification on the value promise, that, what do you enjoy most about working with me? And what I love is hearing from them. What are the major benefits you think that you've gotten from, working with our team? And if you were me, looking to work with people like you, what would you say? What's the most compelling thing I can say to people? And then you want to help understand the effectiveness of what you're doing relative to the competition. And I always love this, is I'll ask about, how did you hear about me? And it's all over the place. When I was an advisor, I did this all the time. And then what were the initial impressions? And I tell you, sometimes it's not good and you have to make some corrections. What prompted you to work with me? And then how did I compare? And I got to tell you, way too often I heard that, John, I met with 3 advisors and it was a really tough decision. I ended up going with you, or I split the business, I didn't tell you about this, or, just so many things that you're going to learn. And then out of this, I got to tell you, a lot of opportunities come up, and you're going to ask questions on, do you know anyone who would benefit from, the second opinion service if you've offered that, or, our world-class client experience to help them make smart decisions about their money? Do you know anybody who'd benefit if you're doing webinars or seminars from, our private events? Now, what happens as you go through this is, I got to tell you, I can still remember I was in a restaurant in Silicon Valley in Los Gatos, and it was a seafood restaurant. I mean, I can remember every detail. I won't bore you with that. But I was sitting with Andy and walking him through, and Andy goes, John, what, if you're looking, I didn't know you have capacity to take more clients. I mean, talk about a big mistake. And he goes, one of the mistakes we make as advisors, sometimes we try to show clients we're successful by being so busy. And Andy goes, I'm in the process of potentially selling the business. And I've been doing some work and helping him. And he goes, why don't you come over to the office? I've got 3 partners and they're all going to get almost the same amount. Now, Andy was going to get $20 million. And he goes, why don't you just come over and do a presentation, to help them, making smart decisions so they're fully prepared when we sell the business. Okay, I didn't pick up all of them, but picked up almost all of them. And this is where it's a huge difference. Sometimes you'll get some weird things where I had a top marketing person, Carl, out of HP, great client. And he goes, John, would you mind, one of my dreams has always worked for a firm your size, where I could, really make an impact in marketing. And he goes, I don't think you're doing a very good job of marketing. And he went and shared, he goes, I'd like, for the next year, why don't I review your major marketing content? And he did. And, having somebody, one of the senior people in charge of global marketing at the time for HP, one of the most successful firms, was huge. It made a huge difference. It taught me an awful lot about marketing. I would say 70% of the time we get a great experience. Now, one of the questions I always end on any consulting, it's one of the best questions. If you were me, knowing what you know now, what should I have asked you? And they almost always volunteer some great opportunity. We see this with our coaching clients. This is one of those, if you're delivering a great experience already, that can make a huge difference. So where are we? We're conducting the interview and then just walking through the remainder. One of the things I like to do is arrange a future meeting with them. Now, I like to create an informal advisory board. You can do a formal one, but I like to do an informal advisory board. If they were of value, I ask them, can I contact them once or twice a year, whatever is appropriate in your situation, to run by what I'm doing to get their opinion, because it's been so valuable. And almost always they say yes, 95% of the time. Huge value having access here. Also, make sure you act on all referrals and marketing ideas immediately, and then let them know, get permission from that prospective client, where you're going, but give that, and if they, as long as they do, and they always do, then keep the client informed. And what that does is it really pulls it all together. See, the way I look at it is client replication is a key step in really creating the type of business that generates huge success year after year after year. The biggest challenge for most advisors is organic growth. And if you're going to race up this hierarchy of advisor success to be one of the elite advisors netting $1 million, and if you're already an elite advisor, doing even more, the impact. That's what I love about our industry. It really shows how capitalism works. The more value we can provide to the right clients, the right fit clients, the better we do as well. So one of our goals is to help you race up this hierarchy of advisor success so you can be an elite advisor and build an amazing life of significance, not only for yourself, but for your clients as well, where you get to take care of the people you love, the causes you care about, make a difference by focusing on fewer but wealthier clients and doing an extremely good job for them. And to go up this hierarchy faster and with less effort than you ever thought possible. One of the things that so frustrates me as I share this with you, as I see so many advisors have less than half the assets under management they should have, and they're working twice as hard. And it's a shame. It doesn't need to be that. What we've found, I got to tell you, I have not yet met an advisor who couldn't build an amazing life of significance. What was missing was not that they weren't a good advisor, but they didn't have the business and systems to pull this all together. And that's really what we do at CEG. And I'd like to help you. And one of the ways that we can do that is, for watching this video, I want to reward you with a strategy call. Now, somewhere around, depending on where you're watching this, there's a link to schedule a strategy call. And I want to encourage you to do that. Because what we'll do is take a look at where you are now, where you want to go, what are the gaps, and given our empirical research and our anecdotal coaching experience of coaching thousands of elite advisors, as well as those aspiring to be elite advisors, we'll point out exactly the 3 things we would do if we were in your shoes to build that simple and elegant wealth management business that allows you to really have that amazing life of significance. This is a huge opportunity, so I would encourage you to do it. If you're not at our website, cegworldwide.com, go there. And you can schedule it easily there, as well as we got all kinds of freebies with the video conferences and webinars and other things that you can reach for. Okay, let me just wrap it up. to be an elite advisor, you've got to have a steady stream of pre-qualified, pre-endorsed affluent clients coming to you. To get more affluent clients right now, you've got to put the systems in place to make a huge difference. Your clients and your future clients, I got to tell you, are counting on you. Don't let them down.